if I did not have gender affirming care, I definitely would not be here right now. Guys, this is crazy. I have never done a YouTube video in the bathroom. So I was just in the shower and I was thinking about how I really wanted to like talk about what's been going on in America and trans laws and bills and all this stuff. And I feel like when I'm in the creative mood to talk and express myself, I have to do it right now or else I'm not going to do it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to do my skincare with you guys while I talk about what's going on. So my subscribers, you guys know I'm trans. Not a secret. I'm trans. I've been on hormones since 2017. And wow, that's almost like, what is it? Wow, that's so bad at math. That's 8 years. Okay, so I wanted to talk quickly about my story and why gender affirming care for me was literally like a lifesaver and that it like single-handedly saved my life. So being trans before the hormones and before the transition was terrible for me. Terrible. I was like severely depressed. I wasn't getting out of bed. I wasn't eating. I wasn't even talking to my family. I was just wanting to sleep 24/7 because the pain was so bad. So finally I said, you know what? Fuck this. I said, I'm trans. I know it. I know, every second of my life was the pain about why am I not a girl? Why is these girls get to have boyfriends? These girls get to whatever, wear prom dresses to prom. Why is this happening to me? Like I felt like I was cursed and every day I woke up was literally a nightmare. Like I'm not even being dramatic. I hated every single waking second of my life until I started hormones. I won't say like I hated my life, like my whole life. I had really happy moments with my family. I had really beautiful times with friends that I would never trade for the world. But as a whole, it was bad. So basically, I started hormones in 2017 after going to several doctors, a health center that I basically spilled the tea. And well, first it was my therapist and then my therapist and then I got a psychiatrist because stuff like that, like you need several opinions. And I talked to my therapist a whole year before we even made any moves. She diagnosed me with gender dysphoria. She said, this is a legitimate case of gender dysphoria. She's not uncertain about anything. So then I came out to my parents and started hormones. So I think it's extremely, extremely detrimental. That's not the right word. Extremely important for people to have access to gender affirming care when they need it. Because I'll tell you one thing, not insinuating anything, but if I couldn't live as a woman, there was no living. It just wasn't happening. So that is that. I don't know how much simpler I can make it, that gender affirming care is extremely important and should not be stripped from someone, especially when it's medical professionals that know what's going on. This gender dysphoria has been a legitimate concern in the medical industry and a legitimate disorder for over 100 years. This is not new things. Like people think, I don't know why people think being trans is this like new age thing. Like there were trans people in like Cleopatra days. Like trans people have always existed. And honestly, we're always gonna exist. No matter how many laws, no matter how many anything, we're always gonna be here. So I don't know, get used to it. But honestly, yeah, gender affirming care saved my life. I will say that again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I'll say it in a courtroom. I'll say it in front of Congress. it saved my life. So to take that away from somebody, especially the government, like, it's one thing if a doctor told you and you're, I mean, that's still kind of fucked up, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the government should not step in and say, no, you are not getting this life-saving care. You don't need it. You're not getting it. You're staying a man or you're staying a woman and you're just going to fucking deal with it. Like, flip that around and think how insane that is if somebody said to somebody that had, like, I don't know, a fucking disease, and they said, no, you don't need it. You're fine. Go on your way. You cannot get access to care. What? So that's honestly just all I wanted to say, because I don't want to get too deep, too passionate, too involved right now, because I want to see how this plays out in the future. I want to see what happens. So yeah, I'll definitely be more vocal because nobody's taking anything from me, and that's for damn sure. So yeah, this was like such a quick video. Well, it's actually not that quick. It's like 6 minutes. But yeah, so if you don't live in the US, you probably definitely know what's going on. There is a new president, and there's been some laws that have been put into place. Well, not laws, but bills that have been introduced to Congress regarding trans people. Even though, we're only like less than 1% of the country, but apparently that's the most important issue right now. People are dying on the street of hunger, but my hormones are all in your business, huh? Let me go before I get too messy. Bye, guys.